Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Wong. I'm a sophomore studying finance and thinking about getting a minor in computer science. That's the reason for me taking this class. Yeah, that's me.
I'm Grace Wojciechowski. I'm a math major and I want to do secondary ed minor, and I am taking this class because it's interesting. So,
Yeah, cool. Well, we'll go ahead and take you through the functionality of our app. As you can kind of see here, we have called it MP5 Football, which is not the most creative name out there. But basically, what our app does is you are able to, um, oops, it's lagging a little bit. I love emulators. You're able to type in a team, any sports team, a city first, and then the team name. Click Find Team, and it pulls up a description of the team overall, the history, and kind of like how it's going, as well as the team logo. So that's kind of like the core functionalities of our apps. We'll get into kind of more of the nuances of it as the project goes forward. But yeah, I'll go ahead and pass it off to Grace to talk a little bit more about kind of the UI side of this. So
okay, well, basically at the beginning, I knew we wanted to do a sports API, so I was looking for one that gave us information. I started by looking for one that gives us current stats. That seemed to be a little bit too hard. So then we found another one where you could search any team you wanted, and they would give a description and also a logo of the team. So we implemented that API into our app, and basically, I'll let Matt talk about how we parse through the data a little bit.
cool. Yeah, so basically, as Grace was saying, we got the sports API, and it has like a lot of different data. So basically, what we did is we were able to parse out the team name, the team description, as well as kind of the image that was involved in the API as well. So um, yeah, talking a little bit more technically and like into the UI elements themselves, I'll let Grace run you through kind of like how each element works and like what the code is behind them. So
Okay, yeah, so as you can see here, we have an image view box at the top for the logo, and then when you input a team name into this input box and press the Find Team button, the logo will appear and the description of the team will appear here, and you'll be able to scroll. So let me go into depth a little bit more. Um,
oops,
oh,
sorry.
sorry.
You're good. Oh yeah, this will be
Okay,
fine.
so basically it starts right here with the on-click listener, where you press the button and it calls um, this a start API call method. So basically it jumps here to this start API call, and it grabs the URL plus the team name that you input into the input box and goes to that part of the API, and then it has a lot of data in there. So basically, we jump down to this API call done, and it takes that data and it goes through it all and pulls out the description of the team in English, only that part of the data. And again, up here, uh, it'll pull out the logo. And here is another thing that we encountered, where we saw that the text showed up and it was like filling the entire screen. So we wanted to make it a little bit more compact and able to scroll through. So we did our own research and implemented this to be able to scroll through the text on the description of the team. So I'll let Matt talk about the image a little more and the constraints.
Cool. So actually, what Grace was referring to here, this is actually the log message to
Oh,
test for the
sorry.
image view, which is completely fine, which is fair because the code is a little bit confusing at times. Yeah, but basically taking you through the image view. So this was probably one of the more difficult parts of our project. So going back to the activity main here. So first and foremost, what we needed to figure out was how to like constrain all these elements first. Um, so one thing we were running into when we were like, especially doing like the text view, is like it would upload the description and just take up the entire screen. So in order to mitigate against that, what we did is we added constraints, and constraints basically constrained the team description here as well as the image view to the screen itself, making sure that hey, when there's like a lot of text that's kind of pulled into this element, it's not overwhelming and it's not like taking up the entire screen. So jumping back to the image view part, so what we did is there was a URL to the team logo that was given by the API as well. So in order to access that, what we needed to do was basically pull the image from the URL that the API gave. So in order to do that, what we did is we did a little bit of external research, and what we found is that what you can do is you can use this class called bitmap factory, and then this method called decode stream, which will take a URL, which is cast to an input stream right here, and yeah, it's cast to an input stream, and it will kind of become an image. And what we did here was we took our image, which was set here as an image view, and we found it by r.id. We set that image that the URL the URL kind of creates, and it updates onto our screen. So there's a couple of catch statements here to mitigate against some of the more well-known exceptions that happen in the URL. So yeah, and the last thing that we kind of did that was more outside of the things that we've done in class was we figured out how to hide the keyboard overall. So navigating back to this emulator portion. So when you click on the bar here, you're given the option to type in a name. So if we type in the New England Patriots, we click Find Team, what you will see is everything updates, and also the keyboard disappears as well, because we found that when you clicked Find Team, the keyboard just disappeared, and that was kind of awkward. So what we did here is we took this thing called Input Method Manager, and we used the method in order to use this hide soft input from window, which basically takes the keyboard away. So pretty self-explanatory, not too hard, pretty intuitive. So yeah, that's kind of our overall project. And yeah, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about what we did on each one of our ends. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, so basically we were trying to figure an idea for this project, and after thinking, the first idea that came to my mind was sports, because I'm a Cubs fan, I'm a Packers fan. I know, kind of contradictory, but and at first I was thinking, the stats, but once we found this description, I thought everything just fit together really well, and so I did part of the designing part, and then Matt will talk about what he handled.
Yeah, so Grace kind of had the overall vision for this project, and I handled a little bit more of the back-end coding. So I did a lot of things that were similar to the JSON parsing MP that we did earlier in the semester. So that was kind of my main role, as well as figuring out how to, do the coding end of like UI elements that you wanted to put on each and every one of them. So overall, it's been like a really great experience, and I think we both learned a lot. So yeah, that's the project, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.